Welcome to third standard English. Good morning children. How are you all? This is R. Sujna, your English teacher. Last week we completed one lesson called the recipe book. I hope you remember the lesson. Okay? And we have completed the glossary part and question and answers from that lesson called the recipe book. Today we will do the activities related to the lesson called the recipe book. Okay, all of you pick up your English textbook go to page number 16 and all of you get ready with your pencil. Okay, take your pencil. Okay, so here I am showing you a vocabulary part. Okay, activity number 3. Okay, all of you see, look at the grid given below. Identify the things we use in the kitchen. Circle the words. One is done for you. Okay, normally our mothers, what they'll do, they cook in the kitchen, but how they do, they need to use some utensils and some things in the kitchen. So but you should know the names of the things, so here we are dealing with that only. You will come across the names of certain things that we use in the kitchen: ladle, knife, peeler, pot, funnel, plate, tumbler and bowl. Okay, here they have given a grid. So it consists of a collection of letters, alphabets. From that you should be able to find out where that particular word in that grid. So you have to do like me. I have done it for you, and you can easily do it with the pencil. Okay, all of you. Okay, see the first picture. What is the first picture? It is a knife. Second one, pot. And what is the third one? Tumbler. And what is this picture? A plate and a bowl. Okay, now see this picture. What do you find in this picture? A ladle, L-A-D-L-E, ladle is there, and a peeler and a funnel. Okay, and these are all we use these things in our kitchen. Okay, so first find out where knife is there. K-N-I-F-E. Here you should learn the spellings of the words. K-N-I-F-E, knife. Okay, I have used green sketch for this thing. You can easily identify where knife is here. And next one, where is the pot? Have you got the pot? Yes, it is there. Pot, tumbler, ladle, bowl, plate and peeler. So now don't see the PPT and do it on your own. Pick up your pencil and eraser and do it on your own. Okay. Okay, go to the next page. Here what they have given, let's see. Singular and plural forms. Read the following sentences and notice the underlined words. First sentence, I will play with my friend in the evening. What they have given in the sentence? I will play with my friend. They have underlined the word friend. In the evening. Friend means here only one friend. Okay, second sentence, immediately he talked to his friends. Friends means if more than one, so it is in plural form. So singular form is friend and plural form is friends. The word friend denotes one friend. The word friends denotes more than one friend. Okay, the words that denote one person thing or place are said to be in a singular form. Okay, so one book, one pencil, one chair, one school bag, these are all in singular form. If I say books, pens, chairs, school bags, then they are said to be in plural form. So one more time the definition: the words that denote one person, one thing and one place are said to be in singular form. Now let's see the definition part for plural form. The words that denote more than one person, thing, place are said to be in plural form. Means more than one person, more than one thing and more than one place are said to be in plural form. Example: books. I said books. All of you see the picture, you can see a number of books. Books means many books, more than one book. Pens, there you can find 3 pens. So you have 3 pens here. So many pens, more than one pen. Chairs, many chairs, more than one chair. Here we have 4 chairs. So these are all in plural form. Okay, now we will learn singular form and plural forms for different words. Here they have given a table: one, more than one; pot, pots; top, tops; book, books; pencil, pencils. One more time I am repeating, listen carefully. Singular form: pot, plural, pots; top, tops; book, books; pencil, pencils. Okay, go to page number 18 in your textbook. Get ready with your pencil and eraser. Here they have given an activity 4. Write the plural forms of the following words. They just gave the singular forms and you have to write the plural forms. All of you see the first picture. What does it have? It has how many beds? 3. It means that you have more than one bed. So what is the plural form of bed? Beds. Just add s to bed. Simple thing, na? So bed, beds. Second one, mixer. How many mixers are there? 4. So plural form is mixers. Stove. How many stoves are there? 2. 2, na? So stove, stoves. See the next one, ladle. Ladle. How many ladles are there? 3. So plural form is ladles. Ball, balls. See the how many bags are there? More than one. Means here we have 4 bags. So what is the plural of bag? Bags. Bowl, bowls. Tablespoon, tablespoons. Plate, plates. Peeler, peelers. Okay, so I am repeating the singular and plural forms again. Okay, bed, beds; mixer, mixers; stove, stoves; ladle, ladles; ball, balls; bag, bags; bowl, bowls; tablespoon, tablespoons; plate, plates; peeler, peelers. Okay, I hope you understood the concept of singular forms and plural forms. So be thorough with all of them and learn the spellings of all these words. That is very essential. Okay, let's move on to the next concept called grammar. Okay, all of you see these pictures. Read the following. Notice the underlined words. First sentence: I'm Ravi. Raju is my friend. He is a cook. Okay, in this sentence you can see 2 persons. The one wearing the pink shirt, he is Ravi, and the guy is a cook. Raju. The other person is Raju. You can see the food items in a plate. He is carrying the food plate in his hands. He is a cook. His job is cooking. So Raju is a cook. So what Ravi is telling, I am Ravi, Raju is my friend, he is a cook, and they underline the word he. So he refers to whom here, Ravi or Raju? Yes, here he refers to Raju. Okay, next one. Sarala is Raju's wife. She is a teacher. Okay, in the second sentence, Sarala, you can see Sarala's picture. Who is she? She is Raju's wife. And see the next picture. There are some students. She is like a teacher. Sorry, she is a teacher like me. She is a teacher, and they underline the word she. She refers to whom here? None other than Sarala. Okay. Third sentence. Raju and Sarala have a small baby. It is very cute. You can see a small baby in this picture, and this baby belongs to Raju and Sarala. Raju and Sarala's baby. She is very cute. It is very cute. They underline the word it here. Okay na? Okay. Okay, ma. All of you follow with me. In the first sentence, the word I refers to Ravi. In the second sentence, the word he is used in place of Raju. In the third sentence, she is used in the place of Sarala. In the fourth sentence, it is used in the place of a baby. So the words I, he, she, it are used in the place of names of persons. So they are said to be personal pronouns. So I, he, she, it. They are called personal pronouns. Okay, they are used instead of telling the name many times. Like I tell you one sentence, listen carefully. Shashank is my son. Shashank is studying 5th standard. Shashank is studying in Hope English Medium School. Shashank plays chess. Okay, so how many times I use the name of Shashank? 4 times na. So instead of using his name many times, I can use he, personal pronoun. So in simple words, I can say Shashank is my son. He is studying 5th standard in Hope English Medium School. He plays chess. Simple na. So he is used instead of using the name many times. So he, she, it and I are called personal pronouns. So now we will deal with an activity related to this personal pronouns. I hope you can do it very easily. Get ready with your pencil. Okay, ma'am. Activity 5. Now circle the personal pronouns in the given sentences. Okay. See the first picture. Who is he? Ram Babu. In this picture you can see a man carrying the grass on his shoulder. Okay. Ram Babu is a farmer. He is very kind. So where is the personal pronoun here? He. So all of you circle the word he, that is personal pronoun. Second sentence. Sarita is a singer. Sarita is a singer. She sings well. What is the personal pronoun here? She. So circle the word she. See the third sentence. Srinu has a puppy. It is cute. So what is the personal pronoun here? It. So circle the word it. Next. I am Raja Rao. I live in a village. Who is that person? Raja Rao. What he is saying? I am Raja Rao. I live in a village. What is the personal pronoun here? I. So circle it. Next, Harita is a teacher. She works in a primary school. Okay. So What is the personal pronoun here? She. So circle the word she. So one more time, I, he, she and it are called personal pronouns. Remember it. Okay. Okay, next one. Lata is talking about her family. Read what she is talking about them. Circle the pronouns in the following sentences. All of you see the picture given here. One girl, you can find one girl and one lady and a gent. They have a puppy in that picture. Okay, so this girl is Lata. She is talking about her family. Let's see who is Lata and what she does. Okay, what she is saying: I am Lata. I am in third class. He is my father. She is my mother. It is my pet. That means Lata is introducing herself to all of us. So here we have to circle the personal pronouns. What are personal pronouns? I, he, she and it are called personal pronouns. Now you have to circle the personal pronouns here. I am Lata. So underline the circle I. Next, I'm in third class. So circle I. Next, he is my father. So he is a personal pronoun. So circle it. She is my mother. So circle the word she. It is my pet. So circle the word it. He, she, it and I are called personal pronouns. All of you should learn this thing very carefully, because in the next test you are going to get the questions from the grammar. So be ready. Okay. Okay, next we will deal with the writing, creative writing, punctuation, full stop. Okay, read the following sentences taken from the lesson. Observe the underlined symbols at the end of the sentences. Okay, I'll read out a paragraph given here. Okay. Once there lived a man named Raju. He owned a small hotel. The underlined symbols are called full stops. If you see the above two sentences, the full stops at the end of the sentences, they are underlined. Why do we use full stop? The symbol full stop is used in writing at the end of a sentence. Suppose if I ask your name, suppose if you ask me my name, what will I say? My name is R. Sujana. So after R. Sujana, I should put a full stop. That means that is the end of the sentence. There are certain rules we should follow when writing a sentence. We have to pause for a while after this symbol while reading. Suppose if I give you two sentences, when you see a full stop, you have to give a pause, means you have to stop for a while. So I tell you two sentences. I am Lata. I am in third class. I gave a pause because these two are two sentences. You should not say, I'm Lata, I'm in third class, he is my father, she is my mother, it is my pet. You should not say like that, because you already see full stops in the sentences. So after the end of the sentence, when you see a full stop, you should give a stop or a pause. I am Lata. I'm in third class. He is my father. She is my mother. It is my pet. So that is the way of reading. Okay. Now read the following by giving a pause at the end of every sentence. Raju did not want to lose the opportunity. He decided to cook, but suddenly he fainted. You might have observed I am stopping at the end of the full stop. I am giving a pause at the end of the sentence. You should read like that only. Okay na? Okay ma. Go to page number 21 and let's deal with the other activity 6. Okay, now read the following sentences and rewrite them by keeping full stops wherever necessary. They have given a set of sentences, but there are some mistakes in the sentence. You have to correct it. Okay, the recipe book saw this. So the sentence is over. So what should we put? We have to put full stop at the end of the sentence. So I have written with blue sketch. You can easily find out. You also write with your pencil. The recipe book saw this. End of the line, put a full stop. Second sentence, immediately he talked to his friends. The same way you write down, immediately he talked to his friends, but at the end of the sentence put the full stop. Okay, and next, I am in third class. Do you leave the sentence like that? No, I am in third class, put the full stop. I go to school regularly. I go to school regularly, put the full stop. I have many friends. So what I have written, I have many friends, and it is ended with a full stop. Okay, now we are going to have a small conversation. Okay, read the conversation between the recipe book and its friends. In the recipe book lesson, who are Raju's friends? The pot, mixer, knife, stove, they are the friends of Raju. They had a conversation among them. Okay, so let's see the conversation what they have given. Recipe book said, I want to help Raju. Who will come with me? Pot said, I will prepare rice for the party. Mixer, I will also join you. I will grind the things for your cooking. Knife, I too can help you. I will slice and dice the vegetables. Stove, come on friends, let's begin cooking. So who are Raju's friends here? Pot, mixer, knife and stove. So this is, you also read this conversation. Okay, let's move to page number 22. Okay, here they have given an activity, very simple one. Imagine that your mother has fever, your father is going to cook food. Develop a conversation between your mother and father with the help of the given clues. Just imagine that your mother has fever. Okay, so your father is ready to cook the food, so you have to develop the conversation. This is the kind of conversation between your father and mother. They have given small clues here. Okay, okay, clues: happen, worry, fever, to cook, thank you, don't worry. Okay, father said, what Sita, you look so dull. So what? Happen. You have to write happen there. Mother, I feel feverish. Father, oh, you have a fever. Mother, yes, I'm not able to cook. Father said, don't worry, dear, I will cook today. We will see a doctor first. Mother, thank you, dear. Father, you are welcome. Let's move. Okay, so all of you make use of these clues and you have to write them in the blanks. Okay na? Okay ma, that's all for today. We will complete the rest of the things in the next class. Okay, all of you go through all these things. Take care. Bye.